Hello everyone, this is part 1 of What If Naruto Leaves Konoha and Joins Akatsuki. This story is made by Mystic D109, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. It had been 2 weeks now since Naruto, Neji, Shikamaru, Chuji and Kiba had returned from their mission, which had been a success. Not all was well though. Neji and Chuji were in ICU and Kiba was going to be bedridden for at least a month. Sasuke had recovered surprisingly fast and was now on a recovery program that consisted mostly of training, with the exception of several hours of psychiatric therapy. Of course he was under ANBU surveillance 24/7 as ordered by the Hokage. Naruto's house. Late at night Naruto was sitting on his bed lost in thought. Since the mission had been a success, Naruto expected the villagers to actually praise him or at the very least reduce the cold stares, but that was not the case. The villagers actually blamed him for being a bad influence on the Uchiha heir and treated him even worse. Damn that Sasuke. He never does anything beneficial and he's still loved by everyone, thought Naruto angrily. If anything, he's responsible for Neji's, Chuji's and Kiba's condition. And as soon as he's out of the hospital, guess who decides to train him? Kakashi, of course. Why the hell does that traitor get all the attention? Naruto's tone was becoming even angrier. I saw that bastard not too long ago. Dobe this and dobe that, was all he said. As if nothing even happened. Ahhhhhhrr. This damned village is getting on my nerves, Naruto was now screaming inside his head. Damn it, shut up kid. Roared the Kyuubi. If you're so angry, why don't you just K them? Oh that's right, I forgot, you're so innocent you wouldn't hurt a fly, said Kyuubi sarcastically. I'm not like you Fox, I don't just go on K sprees because I feel like it. You are so weak, you know that. I'm not weak. Don't you dare call me that, stupid Fox. You know you should rebel against these people. Leave the village, leave your so-called friends, get away from all the pain they're causing you. You don't owe them anything, why should you stay? Questioned the Kyuubi. We can train far away from this village, what do you think kid? I can make you really strong. So strong even the Hokage won't be able to rival your power. The Kyuubi grinned evilly in his cage. If I can make him leave the village it would be so much easier, though the Kyuubi hoping that he made his argument strong enough for the boy. On the outside Naruto was heavily considering the Kyuubi's offer. The Kyuubi was right, Naruto didn't owe the village anything, more like the village owed him, and if this was their way of paying him back then screw them. If kind words didn't get through to them, then maybe violent actions would. That's right, I don't owe these bastards anything. They can rot in hell for all I care, announced Naruto. Alright Kyuubi, let's go. Let's leave this godforsaken place. Naruto quickly packed up some bare essentials, a change of clothes, toothbrush, money and all of his weapons. He didn't bother packing food since he could always hunt. He suddenly noticed the necklace Tsunade had given him and his forehead protector. Naruto ripped off the necklace and threw it on his bed. However, when he went to do the same thing with his forehead protector he was stopped by the Kyuubi. Kid, keep that, it may be a painful reminder, but if you ever need to get back in the village it would make things a lot easier. Yeah you're right, thanks Fox. See it out with the call me by my name, snarled Kyuubi. Alright Kyuubi, will do. Then what are you waiting for, let's get moving. Better to leave this place secretly so that they don't send ANBU. Having spent all his life in Konoha, Naruto knew many ways to get out of the village in secret. However, luck wasn't on Naruto's side today. Just as he was about to jump over the northern wall, a Chunin guard grabbed him by the shoulder and demanded to know what he was doing. Naruto's emotions ranged from shock at being caught, to very pissed that he hadn't been able to slip out. Before the Chunin guard could raise his defenses, Naruto smashed his fist into the guard's stomach, knocking him out, and proceeded to quickly leave. However, he had forgotten that the guards always patrolled in pairs, thus he did not notice when the other Chunin disappeared in order to report to the Hokage. Hokage office. Tsunade was sleeping with her head on her desk surrounded by mountains of paperwork when suddenly there came a frantic knock on the door. She barely had time to wake up as the door burst open and a babbling Chunin burst in. Shut up and calm down. I can't understand a word you are saying, yelled Tsunade, who was angry at the rude awakening. I'm sorry Hokage-sama, it's just that I just saw a ninja running away from the village, said the frightened Chunin. This caught the Hokage's attention. Who is this ninja? She asked in a serious tone, afraid that Sasuke was attempting to leave again. Uzumaki Naruto, announced the guard. What? Screamed the godime. Send out an ANBU team to bring him back right away. Alive, mind you, ordered Tsunade. Yes, Hokage-sama, and get Jiraiya and Kakashi in here. It will be done Hokage-sama, said the Chunin as he left. I hope this doesn't turn into something serious, though Tsunade, I hope Naruto doesn't do anything stupid, like try to fight the ANBU. As soon as Naruto was outside of the village, the Kyuubi pointed out that someone will definitely notice that the guard had been knocked out. Well, what the hell was I supposed to do? Countered Naruto angrily. Damn it, kid, I'm not saying you did anything wrong, replied the Kyuubi with a snarl, I'm just trying to say that your Hokage might already know. No, she's not my Hokage anymore, interrupted Naruto. Whatever, you should quicken your pace before. But before the Kyuubi could finish his sentence, Naruto smelled something. The weird thing was that Naruto's mind registered it as 4 people with medium to high amounts of chakra. What the hell is going on here? Wondered Naruto. My chakra is enhancing your senses. Those people that you smell are most likely an ANBU team. Looks like our escape wasn't perfect, like I suspected. I'm gonna have to take on 4 Junins, yelled Naruto. Before the Kyuubi could answer, the ANBU had already caught up and surrounded Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, said an ANBU in a bird mask as he approached Naruto. We have orders from the Hokage to bring you back. Please come with us peacefully, we don't want to kill you, unless it's absolutely necessary. They are all releasing substantial K intent, but there are also traces of fear. How the hell do I know all this? Wondered Naruto as he processed the information. Must be those improved senses the Kyuubi was talking about, but I don't have time to ponder that now. Never thought Konoha would fight to keep their precious little demon, said Naruto in a taunting voice with a slight smirk. Then suddenly Naruto's eyes and voice turned frighteningly cold. Well, sorry, I'm not going back and you can't force me, Birdman. Inside Naruto's head. Kyuubi, I'm gonna need your help with this. Obviously, said the fox in a taunting voice, and Naruto scowled. Alright, here's what we'll do, I'll give you some chakra to fight with, but if you're still losing then I'll take over. Kyuubi compromised, knowing how much Naruto didn't like losing control of his body. Yay, whatever, just give me back control as soon as you K them, agreed the blonde. Back to reality. The ANBU shook a little as they felt Kyuubi's chakra being released. So he's actually going to fight, thought one of the ANBU with a cat mask. This could be difficult if he's using the demon's chakra, thought another with an ape mask. I'll finally have my revenge on the demon fox, happily thought the last one with a ferret mask. Scared already? Asked Naruto. What did you say, brat? Said the bird-masked ANBU scoffed. Take him down, he ordered. You'll never take me alive, Naruto shouted with bared teeth. All 4 ANBU disappeared from Naruto's line of vision. I might have underestimated them, frowned Naruto. No matter, they have no chance against me and the fox together. Stop calling me fox, you damn brat, said the Kyuubi. Try this, demon boy, said the cat-masked ANBU while throwing several kunai at Naruto. Within a blink of an eye, Naruto disappeared from his spot and the kunai hit nothing but the tree trunk Naruto had been on. Where is that monster? Said the ferret-masked ANBU. Nobody can disappear like that. That's inhuman. Up there, shouted the one with the cat mask as he pointed towards the moon. Nice try, demon, screamed the ferret-masked ANBU. It took less than a second before the next wave of kunai, this time with explosive notes, flew toward Naruto. Try something more original, would you? Sighed the blonde. Naruto kicked the kunai and deflected them toward the bird-masked ANBU. With his quick reflect, the ANBU threw shuriken straight against the incoming attack and they exploded on contacts. The bird-masked ANBU's face turned into a smile, only to be replaced with a frown as soon as he saw Naruto appear behind the smoke, without a scratch on him. Naruto lunged his fist toward the said ANBU only to be met with a kick from the cat-masked ANBU, and before Naruto could recover, his back received another blow from the ferret-masked ANBU. Naruto flew through many branches, but right before hitting a huge tree trunk with an expected loud crack, the boy concentrated it to his feet and stuck to the trunk. "No way!" exclaimed one of the ANBU. "He's still standing. I guess it is my turn to join the fun," thought the ape-masked ANBU, jumping off from the tree where he was perching and observing the battle. "Bastards," said Naruto while wiping B, "you guys are not going to win." Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, the image of Naruto suddenly blurred as he split into countless copies of himself. If you want to outnumber your opponents, might as well go for a larger number than 4. All of the clones reached for their kunai, in unison, and split into 4 groups, each attacking a different ANBU member. However, before the clones could even reach their enemies, the ape-masked ANBU jumped into the air and made several hand seals, rain of 1,000 needles. Out of nowhere, needles start showering the clones, and one by one they disappeared in a puff of smoke. The ape-masked ANBU landed on the ground lightly on one foot, while the other ANBU sighed with relief. "Not yet. He's still there," warned the ape-masked ANBU. In the middle of the needles, the real Naruto was still standing with half a dozen needles sticking through his right arm, which was shielding his head, and several more dozen in his torso and legs. The 4 ANBU trembled as Naruto's previously disappearing chakra suddenly starts to burn around him. "I will not give up so easily," Naruto said, and slowly raised his hands to pluck the needles off his body. Losing too much B and chakra in the process, he started to lose concentration. His vision blurred and his knees gave away slowly. "Let's just K him. Everyone knows that he is a monster. No one is going to blame us if we K him," persuaded the ferret-masked ANBU. "Yeah, let's," agrees the cat-masked ANBU. "I want to get my revenge too." The 4 ANBU surrounded Naruto and prepared hand seals. "Suten, water tower no jutsu," exclaimed the cat-masked ANBU. "Doten, land crush no jutsu," yelled the ferret-masked ANBU. "Fuuten, gale wind no jutsu," said the bird-masked ANBU. The ape-masked ANBU instantly followed the rest and connecting hand seals together. He stopped suddenly and with a jerk, stared at Naruto, raising his fingers to his mouth and aiming at Naruto. "Kaiten, fire tornado no jutsu," exclaimed the ape-masked ANBU. Naruto looked up toward the 4 ANBU to see the 4 massive ninjutsus heading straight for him from different sides. The 4 ANBU just smiled and chuckled when the fire, water, wind, and earth attacks hit the spot where Naruto was standing, wiping it out completely. "Unbelievable. The kid's body is still in one piece," exclaimed the ferret-masked ANBU. "Let's just bring his body back to the village." "I'm tired," said the ape-masked ANBU lazily. Inside Naruto's head. "Kid. Wake up, kid. What was that, huh? They beat you so easily," teased Kyuubi. "Shut up. I am trying, you know. There are 4 of them," growled Naruto. "You will never see it. Now let me take over already," Kyuubi urged impatiently. "Fine," Naruto says hoarsely, "but when you are done, give me my body back." Back to reality. "What is going on here?" asked the bird-masked ANBU. They all stared at Naruto's body with awe as the seal on the blonde's stomach started to glow, then spin and fade until it was barely visible. "This kid is freaking me out," said the cat-masked ANBU. "Is he D or not? Want to take a guess?" Kyuubi's voice asked through Naruto's mouth. Naruto stood, but kept his head down. When Naruto went through the next change, the 4 ANBU started to tremble in fear. "I don't think this is the same person anymore," says the ape-masked ANBU. "Look." Naruto's fingers tensed and slowly his nails grow longer. His whisker marks widened, and fangs lengthened. "You're right, monkey. I am not Naruto, sort of," Kyuubi said while grinning. The Kyuubi-possessed Naruto slowly tilted his head up so that the ANBU could see his eyes, which were not blue and innocent anymore, but orange-red and feline-like. "Let's get out of here, now," suggested the ape-masked ANBU. "This is beyond us now. This is the demon. What's the sudden rush? Don't you want to stay and play?" says the Kyuubi with an evil sadistic smile and licks his lips. "I thought you wanted to get revenge." The ANBU seemed to be even more shaken by this and started to run away. The Kyuubi only chuckles as he watched the 4, supposedly elite shinobi, scramble through the tree branches. "I think that is a fair head start," mumbled the demon as he smirked. With extreme speed, Kyubi jumped through the trees and landed in front of the ANBU. You've got to be kidding me. Is that your best? Asked the Kyubi. ARHG. I'll take you on myself, demon, screamed the ferret-masked ANBU as he concentrated his chakra on his palm and his hand on the ground. A rocky handle shot out of the ground. The said ANBU member grabbed the handle and pulled out a katana from the ground. Jumping from the ground, the ferret-masked ANBU tried to strike Kyubi midair. The fox expertly dodged the attack without any difficulty. The ferret-masked ANBU uses his free hand to throw shuriken toward Kyubi, who simply caught all the shuriken in one swift move and chucked them back at his opponent. The ferret-masked ANBU deflected the shuriken with his sword and lunged toward Kyubi. The demon raised his left palm against the sword. With a loud crack, the sword shatters as soon as it touched Naruto's palm. Instantly Kyubi snuck in and grabbed the ANBU by the neck. Isn't it sweet to have your own body? Too bad I am going to take yours away, Kyubi says with a snarl. Let's see if you can beat both of us, asked the cat-masked ANBU and the bird-masked ANBU together. They jumped toward Kyubi with kunai ready. The Kyubi deflected the first strike by the bird-masked ANBU with his claws. All three keep on jumping on and off branches around them, while sparks shot off from colliding attacks. The bird-masked ANBU reached into his vest and pulled out a windmill shuriken. He opened it and threw it toward the Kyubi's back. Kyubi quickly turned around and caught the large shuriken before disappearing. Where did it go? Asked the cat-masked ANBU. This thing is too fast. Cage shuriken no jutsu, a voice yelled out above them. The two ANBU looked up in horror as hundreds of windmill shuriken flew right at them from every side. Both ANBU let out a scream that echoed through the forest. What just happened here? Asks the ape-masked ANBU in a trembling voice. My whole squad has been eliminated. Well, there is still you, Kyubi says from behind him. The ape-masked ANBU froze in from the K tent. His body tensed and he couldn't move. Pathetic humans, Kyubi scoffed. Thanks for the windmill shuriken, it was very useful. ANBU this, ANBU that, they are nothing but a bunch of sissies, scoffed the Kyubi as he took a look around. Ah, the free world, but it seems it's time to go now. Kyubi said sadly as he felt Naruto trying to regain control. The orange-red swirling chakra disappeared and Naruto fell to one knee, breathing heavily, back in control of his body. He slowly stood up and looked over the disaster area of where the ANBU were. He stares in disgust, fear and, surprisingly, awe at what had just happened. The Kyubi sure has a load of power, was the only coherent sentence that Naruto was able to construct from all his random thoughts. That was fun. Kid, you really should let me out more often, said a satisfied Kyubi. Can't you do any clean K? God, this is sickening, thought Naruto with a frown on his face. I'll remember that next time you ask me for help. Damn fox, mumbled Naruto. Little did either of them know, but two figures had watched the entire battle from a safe distance and had now decided to make their appearance. Even with his increased hearing, Naruto barely heard the two land on the ground behind him. Who the hell is it now? Thought Naruto in annoyance. What the hell do yo? Said Naruto as he was turning around, but shock rippled through his body and the words froze in his throat. In front of him stood two tall figures in black cloaks with red clouds painted on them and high collars that covered the bottom of their faces up to the nose. They both wore straw hats that had cloth hanging down all around the edge, completely covering their heads, only thinning out a little in the front, so that they could actually see. Since they both had their heads raised, Naruto could plainly see each person's forehead protector. The tall one, who looked to be about 6'8", had a wrapped-up katana on his back, the tip of which almost touched the ground and the handle ended about a foot over his head. His forehead protector was that of the hidden mist and had a line C across the surface from one end to the other, the calling card of a missing nin. He had small white eyes and had markings on both cheeks that looked like gills. The other one, who was about 5'6", had a hidden leaf forehead protector that also had a line C across the surface from one end to the other. His most distinct feature was the fully developed Sharingan in both eyes. Hello, Naruto, greeted the shorted of the two. Meanwhile in the Hokage office. The ANBU have been dispatched over 20 minutes ago, but still no sign of Kakashi or Jiraiya. Where the hell are they? Asked an angry Tsunade. Just then the door opened to reveal two white-haired people. Damn it, Kakashi. Why are you always late? Yelled Tsunade. Is something the matter? Asked Kakashi in a completely calm tone. Yes, something is the matter. A certain student of yours, Tsunade pointed at both Kakashi and Jiraiya, has beaten up a guard and fled from the village. What? Yelled the Junin and Sennin at the same time. That impossible, why would Naruto leave? Asked Jiraiya. That doesn't matter right now, we have to go after him, said Kakashi. I've already sent a team of ANBU after him. Under strict orders to bring him back alive, but since he's your student, and your responsibility, I want you to go and make sure that he is brought back safely. Ordered Tsunade. Hi, Hokage-sama, they said before disappearing in a puff of smoke. Please be all right, Naruto, thought Tsunade. Though something tells me that, unlike with Sasuke, we won't be able to get you back. Back in the forest, Naruto was way too shocked to even respond to the greeting. OS, OS, OS. What am I gonna do now? Panicked a terrified Naruto. These guys are strong. If I remember correctly, they want my power. This could be a fortunate meeting, thought the Kyuubi. Hey kid, see if you can join up with them. What are you crazy? They'll kill me. No, they want my power, and if you can use my power, then you will be a very valuable asset for them. And they will probably train you too, reasoned the fox. That'll be a load off of my shoulders, thought the Kyuubi. Kyuubi didn't mind making his vessel stronger, but Naruto was so stubborn and annoying that it would just be easier and less nerve-wracking if someone else did it. He couldn't, however, entrust this to anyone in that godforsaken village. Oh no, they would only keep him weak. You sure about this? Asked a now less scared and more skeptic Naruto. Yes, trust me, damn it, growled the Kyuubi. If the Kyuubi is right, then this wouldn't be such a bad deal. No, not a bad deal at all, mused Naruto. The blonde's shock had already worn off and he was now standing proud and tall, beaming with confidence. It seems we were never properly introduced. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, said the boy proudly. However, I am no longer part of the Hidden Leaf. This reversal in attitude confused both Akatsuki members, but they didn't let it show. I am Uchiha Itachi, said the shorter of the two, Hidden Leaf's missing nin. And I am Hoshigaki Kisame, Hidden Mist missing nin, said the one with the katana. You should consider yourself a missing nin too. Especially after what you just did. Whatever, I don't care, Itachi-san, Kisame-san. Itachi's head jerked suddenly. Itachi-san. What the hell does he mean by calling me that? Kisame was a little surprised that the kid would instantly respect him, especially after the circumstances surrounding their last meeting. What does the Akatsuki want me for? Asked Naruto. I don't know, our orders are just to capture you, answered Itachi in a cold tone. Cold eyes, cold tone, cold everything, now I see where Sasuke gets his attitude from, commented Naruto in his head. Remembering his old teammate made Naruto frown. That bastard, son of a bit, no use in remembering him and worrying about him. I have a new life ahead of me now. Well, do you think it would be possible for me to join the Akatsuki? Asked Naruto hesitantly. Itachi and Kisame exchanged glances. He wants to join. By his own free will. Whispered Kisame. Well, from what we just saw, the kid does have potential. I don't think our higher echelons would refuse, whispered Itachi. Not that it really matters, as long as we bring him back with us we're fine. Then turning back to Naruto, Itachi said, I don't think that would be a problem, however the decision isn't for us to make since we do not run this organization. Then can you take me to the ones that do make the decisions? Asked a hopeful Naruto. Yes, we have orders to bring you back anyway, said a satisfied Kisame. Oh good, no more chasing after this kid. Then let's go, this scene is bound to attract attention, said Itachi while looking cautiously in the direction of Konoha. With that the company of three leapt up into the trees and was gone. It was getting brighter now, light was starting to graze the mountaintops in front of them. They had been running for several hours now, exactly how long Naruto did not know. His mind was more focused on the destination rather than the journey, and even though he hadn't slept at all in the last 24 hours, he still managed to keep up with Itachi and Kisame. This kid is really something, thought Kisame. I was sure we would have had to take a pit stop, but he doesn't even show the slightest signs of exhaustion. Great stamina, for a kid his age, thought Itachi. Even thought it is probably due to the Kyuubi. We will soon be crossing into the mountain country. They don't have a hidden village, so getting in will be a lot easier, informed Kisame. Don't the border guards stop you to ask questions? Won't they see that you are missing nin? Asked Naruto, referring to their forehead protectors. That's what genjutsu is for, Naruto, curtly replied the Uchiha. Right. Naruto nodded in embarrassment. Let's slow down to walking speed now, ordered Itachi. We don't want to attract attention by continuing like this. Understandable, blending in with the crowd, more or less, reasoned Naruto, looking at how the Akatsuki members were dressed. Yes, the less attention you attract the better, this is one of the basic principles of stealth, lectured the Kyuubi. You'll learn more later. The border station soon came into view and the group slowed themselves down almost instantaneously. The station itself wasn't anything impressive, just two houses standing opposite each other on each side of the road. In between them was a small gate that opened outward to let people in and out of the country. Itachi and Kisame performed a genjutsu that made them look like simple farmers. Naruto was also about to change himself, but Itachi stopped him, reasoning that he didn't look suspicious and that the border guards haven't received any news yet. Actually, I think he should cover up those whisker marks, suggested Kisame. This way the pursuers don't know where to find us. That's true. Hold on a moment, Naruto, said Itachi as he performed another genjutsu that not only hid Naruto's whisker marks, but also made him look like the son of a farmer. I thought you were just going to hide the whisker marks, whined Naruto in confusion. It's not that he particularly minded his new look, it was necessary after all, the problem was just that he didn't like being deceived and or lied to. We can't be too careful, replied Itachi in a stern voice. The eldest Uchiha had never been good at dealing with kids and all their misplaced whining. Once they got to the gate, the guard lazily made his way out of the building and asked what business they had coming to the mountain country. Itachi made up something along the lines of going to visit relatives, or some shit related to family. Naruto put on his happy mask, and acted all excited about seeing his sister after so many years. All in all, they got through the security quite easily. The trio continued at a leisurely pace until the border was out of sight and then instantly picked up the pace, albeit not nearly as fast as when they were running through the fire country. We don't need to travel really fast now, explained Itachi. We are just going until the nearby town, so we can rest for a little while. Meanwhile, north of Konoha, Kakashi and Jiraiya were running through the forest looking for Naruto, following the path the ANBU had taken. I hope we can get to him before something bad happens, thought Kakashi. Damn it, Naruto. This is not the time to be running off. With the village in its current state, we need every single shinobi we have. I'll have to have a serious talk with him later, angrily thought the Sannin. Suddenly Kakashi and Jiraiya felt an uncomfortable chill go down their spines. I have a bad feeling about this, muttered Jiraiya. We best be prepared for a possible fight, said Kakashi as he raised his defense. However, something tells me that we might be a little too late. About a minute later, both Junin and Sannin smelled B. This can't be good, said Kakashi and increased his pace. How can we smell B, but not be able to see where it's coming from? He wondered. It would be understandable if we were of the Inuzuka clan, but otherwise. Jiraiya's face grew even more serious. There can only be one explanation. There must be a massive amount of B, gravely concluded the old man. The ANBU tracks seem to be going in the direction of where this smell originates. Maybe they followed it too. Kakashi tried to lighten the situation, but it didn't work. The deeper they traveled into the forest, the thicker the smell of B became. We are definitely closing in on whatever it is, thought both men as they exchanged worried looks. Kakashi barely held back his dinner and Jiraiya just simply stared at the clearing, unable to move or say anything. My God, I haven't seen anything like this in 13 years, said Kakashi in a trembling voice with shivers running down his spine, arms, and legs. Yes, this looks demonic all right, said Jiraiya, instantly understanding what Kakashi was referring to. Please God, the seal didn't break. Just please, mentally pleaded Jiraiya. Naruto probably lost control again, said the copy ninja. But as far as I know, the only time that happens is when he's under great emotional stress. Jiraiya took a moment to digest that information. If that was the case, then Naruto must have been provoked somehow, said Jiraiya. Since he most certainly isn't the kind of person to give up, especially control of his body. The Toad Sannin looked closer at the mess before them. I really wonder what happened here. The good news is this is all still fresh. Less than an hour has passed since this fight took place, said Kakashi. Naruto is probably still relatively close to the village. Both Leaf Nin silently prayed for that to be true. Considering the fact that we can't feel that demonic chakra anymore, I'd say that Naruto has calmed down, at least a little bit, said Jiraiya with a small glimmer of hope of his face. The two of us can't possibly handle all this territory, sighed the Sannin, pointing in all the directions Naruto could have gone. Kakashi, report back to Tsunade about this and tell her to gather up some manpower to search for him, he ordered. I'll stay here and try to track him. If I find anything, I'll draw arrows on trees. Kakashi nodded and was gone instantly. Tracking him is going to be rather difficult since the smell of bee is covering most every other smell in the area. Looking around, Jiraiya noticed that there were several footprints in the bee grass. They were all small, a child's foot, mused Jiraiya. Well, it's good that he's still alone. Jiraiya then started looking for clues as to where Naruto could have gone. He looked around the outside of the clearing and noticed that no footprints led in or out. Hence the Sannin reasoned that Naruto must have been traveling through the trees. Jiraiya instantly jumped up into the surrounding trees and after only a few minutes of search saw a bee footprint on one of the branches. All right, now I can follow him, thought the Toad Sannin. With any luck I'll have him back in the village before sunrise, smirked Jiraiya as he jumped forward. The trail was rather easy to follow since Naruto made no attempt to cover up after himself. After several minutes, Jiraiya realized that the trail was a straight line and increased his speed. Good thing Naruto doesn't know how to cover his tracks, however, as soon as he thought that the tracks ended abruptly. What the? Jiraiya decided to look several trees ahead, thinking Naruto might have jumped farther than all the other times. He still found nothing. That's weird. The old man went back to the last footprint for a more thorough examination. According to the depth of the outline, the fact that it's only one footprint and the smudge on the toe side, it looks as if he was still running, but then where the hell did he go? Wondered Jiraiya with a very confused look on his face. Something inside of him told him to backtrack a little in hopes of finding some clues. About 20 footprints back he noticed an abnormality. This footprint seemed to be smudged differently. Aha! It looks as if he jumped to the left here. Clever, clever, but you'll have to do better than that. Jiraiya jumped to the left and didn't have to search long before he found a new trail of footprints there. Just like last time, it's a straight line. I can freely increase my speed then. Though, again after following this new line for a while, Jiraiya soon found that it came to another D-end. Not again, grumbled Jiraiya as he was forced to backtrack again. This time only 10 footprints back, the Sannin found a footprint that was smudged to the left. Damn it, Jiraiya cursed softly under his breath, I need to start paying attention to every footprint. Jiraiya briefly wondered how the supposedly delinquent blonde had suddenly become so good, before completely focusing on the task at hand. After about 30 or so footprints, Jiraiya noticed that Naruto turned left again. Not paying this pattern much heed, Jiraiya simply followed this new trail. In another 20 footprints, Naruto again turned left. What the hell is he doing? Thought Jiraiya, once again changing direction. Within several minutes, Jiraiya finally noticed that his surroundings looked surprisingly familiar. I feel like I've been here not too long ago, mused Jiraiya and looked around more intently. That's when he realized what Naruto had done. That damn kid! Screamed Jiraiya in his mind. He was already planning a punishment for Naruto for making a fool of him. Find anything, Jiraiya-sama? Jiraiya turned around to find Kakashi crouching down looking at the footprints. You're back soon, said that Sannin in a strained tone. Not really, it's been over an hour, stated Kakashi. An hour, yelled Jiraiya. Well yes, I reported to the Hokage. Told her about everything that we found here. Then showed her on a map approximately where this happened, so that she could better strategize where to send other shinobi, explicated the younger shinobi in a calm voice. She is going to gather more forces to look for him at dawn. Jiraiya nodded in understanding, but looked back down at the ground. These are his tracks, are they not? Asked Kakashi while pointing at the footprints. Yes, but if you follow them they either end up as a D-end or they keep turning left until you come back here, said Jiraiya in obvious annoyance. That's interesting. Naruto was never been very big on stealth. He prefers loud entrances, if you know what I mean, said Kakashi with a slightly joyful hint in his voice. Yeah, that's what worries me, replied a concerned Jiraiya. How come now, suddenly, he can come up such tricks that can deceive even me? Back with Naruto. Naruto, Itachi, and Kisame were now on the outskirts of a small town. We will spend a few hours here resting and getting a few necessary things, said Itachi. Oi. Itachi-san, are you sure that it's safe? I mean the Leaf are probably tracking me already, so shouldn't we still be on the move? Asked a worried Naruto. I don't want to go back to that village. Naruto, I don't think you realize, but considering the speed we were just traveling at, we are actually about a week's worth of normal travel time away from Konoha, replied Kisame with a grin. Naruto's eyes widened. He knew they had traveled fast, but not that fast. I must have been really engrossed in my thoughts. Plus, Itachi and I used some tricks to fool any pursuers that may be following us, added the blue-faced missing nin. So don't worry Naruto, they won't be showing up here anytime soon. First of all, we'll need a hotel, then we need to get you some new clothes Naruto, outlined Itachi while looking with disgust at what Naruto was wearing, and only then can we start thinking about food. Naruto looked down at himself and was about to say something, but Itachi interrupted. Don't even think about objecting, Naruto, that outfit of yours screams, please Kami, and we don't need that kind of attention. No, I wasn't going to object, replied Naruto. It's just that, I don't really know what to get for myself, he finished in a timid voice. Don't worry about that, we'll help you out, the Uchiha reassured him. Thanks, said Naruto with a big smile. This is great, no one in the village, not even my so-called friends, would help me with getting an outfit. That is of course if I could handle the stares and glares of the shop owners, customers, and the general crowd to actually get into the store and stay long enough to actually look at more than one outfit. Naruto wanted to shake in anger and resentment, but managed to restrain himself. Calm down, Naruto, calm down, you are over and done with that place now. Never going back, so no need to think about it anymore, the demon container told himself. The three companions easily found a hotel, dropped off their stuff in the room and went shopping. They soon found a store that sold suitable clothes and after trying out several outfits and some mixing and matching Naruto was set in his new outfit. The blonde sandals were replaced by actual shoes. Reason being that the mountain country was a lot colder than the fire country. Naruto's body was now clad in black pants and a black sleeveless mesh shirt. On top of the shirt was a dark red jacket that had several pouch pockets on the chest, 2 regular pockets on the sides and even a pocket on each sleeve. He was now also sporting a face mask that Itachi had suggested so that Naruto couldn't be identified by his whisker marks. They were considering a hat, but because of Naruto's free-flowing spiky hair they decided against it. After that the trio went to get some breakfast, after which they went back to the hotel room and slept until mid-afternoon. Best to leave now, said Itachi as he roughly woke up Naruto. We still have about a day's worth of travel, since we will be moving at a much more relaxed pace now. They left town without any trouble. Naruto was surprised to see that even though the group was drawing looks from the crowd that the looks were of amazement, surprise, or even admiration. This feels really nice, so good to be away from home, thought Naruto, instinctively calling Konoha home, and immediately mentally kicking himself for it. During the trip, Itachi explained that the mountain country, since it didn't have a hidden village, was in alliance with the earth country. So if anyone from this country wanted to hire a shinobi they would go to the hidden stone. Itachi politely answered all of Naruto's questions about the mountain country and about some other countries, except the water country because that was Kisame's specialty. Naruto found that both Itachi and Kisame were quite talkative and didn't seem to be so as long as there was no one else around. They didn't arrive at the next village until midnight. Not wasting any time, they had a light dinner and went to sleep at the only hotel the village had to offer. They slept in late, since they had no deadline to keep and weren't really worried about Konoha shinobi crossing the border and finding them. During lunch, Kisame showed Naruto a map of the entire ninja world, on which he pointed out approximately where they were in relation to Konoha. Naruto was amazed to have traveled that far in only a few hours. Kisame on the other hand was amazed that Naruto could keep up with them for such a long time, but of course did not tell the boy this. Once on the road again, Itachi announced that they would reach the Akatsuki lair by nightfall. As they got closer and closer to their destination Naruto became more and more worried. What if they don't accept me? What if they only want the power inside of me? What then? Oh shit, what have I gotten myself into? Maybe I shouldn't have come along. These were the kinds of questions that were floating around in Naruto's head. The QB's not answering, I guess he must be asleep. Well, that's alright, I don't really need him right now anyway. Itachi noticed Naruto's discomfort, but decided not to say anything. What could he say? He didn't know what the Akatsuki really wanted with Naruto, it wasn't even his concern. So they just continued walking. The group of missing nin had been walking for about 5 hours, the sun was setting and the road was now going through the mountains. Suddenly to the right a narrow path came into view, it tightly passed right between two slabs of stone. The trio moved off the road and walked on this path until it ended in a dead end. Itachi-san, are you sure you know where you're going? Asked Naruto, looking up questioning at the stoic man. Itachi just glared at him. Well, I mean, it is dark and maybe you lost your way since. Before Naruto could finish, Kisame picked him by the waist and jumped halfway up the mountain, using the sides of each slab to push off of. After several seconds they were standing about 500 feet above their former position, on a wide open ledge. Itachi landed right behind them and walked right up to the side of the mountain and started doing some hand seals. He then touched the stone in a few places and did a few more hand seals. Naruto was watching this in absolute confusion. What the hell is he doing? First he leads us to a dead end and now he's trying to perform some sort of jutsu on a wall. Weird. Just then a part of the wall simply dissolved right in front of the trio to reveal a dark tunnel. Naruto stared down the dark passage that seemed to have no end. Itachi and Kisame calmly started walking in, but noticed that Naruto wasn't following. Come on kid, let's go, said Kisame. Noticing that Naruto wasn't even moving, Kisame grabbed Naruto by his arm and dragged him in. Naruto tried feebly to resist, but Kisame just pulled harder, forcing Naruto to follow him. They walked for what seemed like eternity down this dark corridor, which occasionally turned to the right or left. Naruto looked back at one point and noticed that he could no longer see the light of the entrance behind him. You can't go back now even if you want to, the boulder has moved itself back into place and is being held there by ninjutsu, explained Kisame. Well, isn't that reassuring, thought Naruto sarcastically. Don't worry too much about it, said Itachi to the obviously scared Naruto, just whatever you do don't be disrespectful. Hi, stuttered Naruto. Soon after Naruto could see a faint light in front of them. As they got closer he made out the outline of a door right next to the torch that turned out to be the light source. Itachi opened the door and went in followed by Naruto and Kisame. The inside was well lit and it took Naruto a little while to get used to the brightness. The trio was now in what looked like a waiting room. Naruto caught sight of Itachi talking to some holes in the wall on the far side of the room. There was another door on the opposite the one they had come in. Kisame, what's Itachi doing? Asked Naruto. He's arranging a meeting, said Kisame. Oh. An hour later, the door next to the holes in the wall opened to reveal nothing but darkness. Itachi walked through the door and seemed to disappear into the darkness. Kisame tapped Naruto's shoulder and beckoned him to follow as he made his way to the door. Naruto hesitantly followed. Once inside the room he immediately noticed Itachi standing right in front of him and had to move slightly to the right, so as not to bump into him. I wonder if that's ninjutsu or genjutsu, thought Naruto and started looking around the room. With the exception of 3 candles, that stood equally spaced several yards in front of them, the room was absolutely dark. Behind each of the candles, Naruto could barely make out an outline of a person, but could not see their face. These people sure are secretive, thought Naruto. Well, what did you expect, kid? That they would reveal their identity to every stranger? Said the QB in a bored tone. Guess not. Itachi's voice brought Naruto back to reality. Sir, we have completed our mission and brought Uzumaki Naruto back with us, said Itachi in a calm voice. So I see, said the person in the middle, however, it seems to me that there is more going on. Yes, this time around he came with us willingly, replied Itachi. And what would be the reason for this? Asked the figure on the right. At this point Kisame nudged Naruto a little bit, motioning for him to speak. Naruto gulped, but stepped forward, spoke on his own accord. He was surprised when his voice came out calm and collected. I came willingly because I am no longer a part of the Hidden Leaf Village, and I was hoping that I could join the Akatsuki. A soft chuckle was heard from the person in the middle. So you want to join the Akatsuki? Asked the person on the left. Naruto said yes and nodded. And you think that because we've been hunting you we would like that? He continued. Naruto didn't say anything, but you could tell that he was getting nervous and that that had indeed been the reason. Suddenly Naruto could see the middle figure leaning toward the figure on the left, obviously whispering something. The talk between the Akatsuki echelons. This whole conversation is being whispered. Roto is the one in the middle, Kane is on the left, and Hachiko is on the right, Naruto's perspective. Perhaps we should consider this, said Roto. No, we should proceed with the original plan, replied Kane. I know this isn't exactly what we had planned, but if he joins we will still have the power of the 9 tails, countered Roto. But that kid will have it, not us, said Kane. Look, this way we can train him to be a weapon, said Hachiko. That's true, said Roto, and this way is a lot more reliable. Who knows how many things could go wrong if we went with the original plan. That's true, the original plan is quite risky, said Kane. Exactly so, if we do this, we are guaranteed to have the power of the 9 tails work for us and not against us, said Roto. Fine, agreed Kane. Good, then it's settled, said Roto, however we still need someone to train him. I suggest we let Itachi and Kisame train him, said Hachiko. What? No, we need the Uchiha for far more important missions, said Roto. No, I must agree, said Kane, the Uchiha is from the same village and the Sharingan will most likely be helpful for interacting with the Kyuubi. True, alright, yeah, said Roto contemplatively. These characters will be described later on. Back to regular talking. Naruto, we have decided to accept you into the Akatsuki, said the person in the middle. No names since Naruto hasn't been introduced yet. Naruto instantly felt better and smiled a little. However, the first 3 months will be your probation period, said the person on the left. Naruto's smile faded a little bit. Now Naruto, could you step out to the waiting room for a little while, said the person in the middle. Alright, said Naruto, as he turned around and was shocked to see that it wasn't a wall of darkness as he had expected. Where the wall of darkness was supposed to be there was nothing. Naruto could easily see the entire waiting room. Naruto quickly recovered from his shock and went back to the waiting room. As he sat down on one of the chairs he quickly glanced back to look at the other room and was shocked once again. The wall of darkness was there once again. What the hell? Did they put that up as soon as I walked out? Naruto questioned in his mind. Suddenly Naruto could hear the Kyuubi chuckle lightly. No kid, no, that was never removed. It's a ninjutsu that on one side is absolutely black and you can't see through it no matter what, but on the other side it's completely transparent. Anyway, just relax kid, they are only talking about your life in there, said the Kyuubi placidly. Yeah, only, said Naruto sarcastically. Hey, I thought you were gonna actually teach me some new jutsus. Have some goddamn patience kid. Plus you need to strengthen your body quite a bit before I even bother with you. In the conference room. Itachi, Kisame, you have not completed your mission yet, said Roto. What do you mean? We brought back the brat, didn't we? Asked Kisame. Yes, but that was only the first part of the mission, said Kane. The second part is training him, isn't it? Asked Itachi. You always were sharp, Itachi, said Roto. Yes, the second part of your mission is to train him. Apart from regular training we need him to easily be able to use the powers of the Kyuubi, said Kane. Understood, said Itachi. Yes, sir, Kisame reluctantly agreed. Damn, I have to spend more time with that kid. I really hate brats. Also Kisame, we will need for you to teach him water jutsus, said Roto. We want him to be versatile in every element, so when he is done learning water jutsus, Kisame, you will be replaced with Raiko so that he can learn lightning jutsus. We are to train him as an assassin, right? Asked Itachi. After the next 3 months are up, you'll know what he is best at. That is what we will be training him as, said Roto. Itachi and Kisame nodded and turned to go, but were stopped by Roto's voice. You are to stay here for the next 3 months. I'm sure you know where the training facilities are, said Roto. Yes, sir, said Itachi. Good, then you're dismissed, said Roto. Itachi and Kisame then walked out to the waiting room to join Naruto. No matter what you said to Itachi and Kisame, you do want him to be an assassin, don't you? Asked Hachiko. Yes, And once he's trained we can finally put some our long-term plans into action, said Roto with a mischievous smile. In the waiting room. Come Naruto, said Itachi as he walked toward one of the walls of the waiting room. He pressed his fingers in a certain pattern against the wall and it disappeared to reveal a well-lit corridor. As they walked down the corridor, Itachi explained a few things to Naruto. Naruto, Kisame and I will be training you from now on. Naruto nodded. I expect absolute cooperation, said Itachi. And don't whine, kid, added Kisame, I have whining brats. Yes, sensei, said Naruto. Good, I'm glad to see you agree, said Itachi. Now let's go to our rooms and then I'll give you a tour of the compound. After a few minutes of walking down many different corridors, they finally reached a corridor that had one door at the end of it. They opened the door to reveal a door with 2 beds, a table and several bookshelves. Naruto dropped off his stuff and was about to go out again when Itachi grabbed him by the shoulder and forced him back. He held out a black exercise suit and told Naruto to put it on, which Naruto promptly did. Your training starts now, said Itachi. That is a weighted suit, which will help build your muscle mass and chakra control. We are going to start you off with 50 pounds. Naruto's eyes bugged out. 50 pounds already. Naruto half screamed. Shut up, commanded Itachi. Any more complaining and I'll have you weigh 100 pounds. Naruto promptly shut up, but continued to grimace. From now on you will wear that suit all the time, except in the shower. I know I said that this will help with your chakra control, but for the first week I want you to walk around in that suit without using chakra. After the first week is done, you will get more weight added to the suit and you will be able to use chakra to help you walk around. Itachi then put 5 10-pound weights into Naruto's suit and beckoned Naruto to follow him on the tour of the compound. As soon as Naruto began to move, he immediately felt the extra weight. He noticed that it wasn't that bad to walk around with, but when he thought about fighting like this he realized that this would seriously slow him down. This sucks, thought Naruto. Idiot, this help you like hell, said the Kyuubi. I realize that, but it still sucks, replied Naruto. The Akatsuki compound was a very large place, complete with a training room that was about 50 square yards. Next to the training room was the weapons room, which had every single weapon type imaginable, even some things that Naruto had never seen before. Itachi then showed Naruto the location of some practical rooms such as the bathroom, kitchen, which didn't have any ramen as Naruto sadly noted, and dining room. Hey Itachi-san, when are you going to teach me that jutsu for getting in and out of this place? After the 3-month period is up, replied Itachi. What? Pouted Naruto. Why? That's what is meant by probation, said Kisame. If you do go outside we will always accompany you. Oh good, at least I won't be stuck in a cave for 3 straight months, said Naruto. Well, of course we will be doing training outside, said Itachi. Come now, it's getting late, said Itachi. You need sleep in preparation for training. Yes, sir. By the way Naruto, you'll be sleeping on the floor, said Kisame in an amused voice. What? Yelled Naruto. Well, you need to build up your body, so just consider this part of your training, said Kisame. Fine, fine, Naruto agreed reluctantly. The next morning, Naruto woke up with a backache and sore muscles. Damn it, how come I have to sleep on the floor? Naruto scowled. As if to answer Naruto's mental question, Itachi said, don't worry Naruto, you'll get used to it and also it will build up your B resistance. After washing up the 3 went to the kitchen and Itachi prepared some breakfast. After breakfast Itachi and Kisame took Naruto to the training room. Alright Naruto, now run around the room 100 times, after that 100 push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and tree punching, said Kisame. Also you will need to balance on a ball for 30 minutes. What? Isn't that a bit much? Yelled Naruto. Shut up and do as you're told, said an angry Kisame. Okay, sensei, sheepishly answered Naruto. Now for complaining you are going to be punished, said Itachi with an evil smile. Naruto gulped. You now have to run around the room 200 times. Now go, said Itachi forcefully. Naruto immediately started running, not wanting to get even more laps added to his overwhelming several hours. Naruto finally finished his assigned task and had some rest. Kisame-sensei, I'm too tired to do any more today, groaned Naruto while meditating. Itachi had left some time while Naruto while busy with his exercises. Don't complain, Naruto, sighed Kisame, or do you want to get punished again? No sir, quickly responded Naruto. Here, have some water. Kisame tossed a bottle to Naruto. Thanks, sensei. Now don't drink too much, you aren't done for the day, said Kisame. Now give me another round of everything you did today, ordered Kisame. Oh man, groaned Naruto, fine, whatever. Kid, you need to do this to get strong, said the QB. Yeah, I guess so. Don't guess, no, said the QB in a matter of fact tone. Now go run those laps and do those exercises, they will help you a great deal. After he finished his exercises, Naruto peacefully meditated with Kisame for several hours before going to eat dinner. What's for dinner, Itachi-sensei? Asked Naruto since Itachi was cooking again. Rabbit, responded Itachi in a bored tone. Meat, said the QB licking his lips. Naruto slightly raised an eyebrow at QB's comment. It's not human meat, so don't get so excited. Idiot, meat is meat, human or non-human. During all my long years in the free world, I got to taste all the meat in the world, and I can easily tell you which one is good and which one you shouldn't even touch. And how does rabbit rank? Asked Naruto. Well, rabbit is good, but it's right below wolves. Wolves are really good, said QB as a sadistic tone. Right, I'll give my own opinion when I compare the two, said Naruto. Then mumbled, which will probably never happen. Said Naruto, thinking where he was going to get wolf meat. Well, you humans would want to roast it too. Right, I'll put that on my to-do list, long-term list that is. Just then Itachi put the rabbit meat on everyone's plate and they all sat in silence eating dinner. When they came back to their room after training, Naruto just collapsed on the floor in the middle of the room and fell asleep instantly. Itachi and Kisame chuckled at this, but found it a little difficult getting about the room without stepping on Naruto. It continued like this for 3 months with only slight variations to the types of exercises that Naruto did. He had not been taught any ninjutsu or genjutsu yet, his sensei's reasons for this being that Naruto had to first have a strong body and strong taijutsu before they could even begin to focus on the other aspects of being a ninja. The leaders of the Akatsuki meanwhile were convinced that Naruto wasn't a spy and decided to have him trained as an assassin. They knew that as soon as the boy was ready they could begin the first phase of their plan. Meanwhile in Konoha, the Godime Hokage, Tsunade, was sitting at her desk trying to make sense of all the scrolls and doents that were in front of her. However, her mind kept cycling back to that little boy that she had lost 3 months ago. The last 3 months had been the worst for Tsunade and the Leaf. The morning after Naruto ran away, Tsunade had sent more ANBU and other specialized tracking teams to try and find Naruto, but to no avail. Naruto could not be found anywhere. She then issued an order for search parties to be formed to look everywhere in the Fire Country for the boy. She knew, however, that not all of the teams would be so diligent in their search for Naruto. Not everyone wanted to have the demon fox back. After realizing that, she sent out some of the genin teams because she knew that even thought the genin weren't so good at tracking, they would want their comrade back and would be more diligent than the older generation. However, the results were still negative, and after a month the Godime was forced to give up the search and label Naruto not only as a missing nin, but also an S-class criminal since he had killed that team of ANBU. Tsunade told all the ninjas that whenever they were out on missions to try and keep an eye out for Naruto. They all agreed, but she knew that most would forget this order and would rather keep Naruto out of the village. The Godime Hokage went public with the news of Naruto's disappearance a week after it happened. Many of the older generation had cheered because the demon was finally gone. However, the younger generation was hit quite hard with this news, especially Team 7 and the team that brought Sasuke back. Shikamaru and Kiba could not believe that Naruto had done this, and Kiba kept insisting that someone must have kidnapped him because the Naruto that he knew would never leave Konoha. Shikamaru led several search parties, all of which found absolutely nothing. It looked as if Naruto had just disappeared in thin air. Neji and Chuji were still in ICU when Tsunade had made the announcement. Chuji managed to recover a month after the mission and was absolutely shocked when Shikamaru told him the news about Naruto. Neji, however, was still in ICU and it wasn't looking good. He was only conscious a few days of the week and even then could barely get out several words before falling back into unconsciousness. Hinata grieved for her lost friend and crush. She felt as if she was left completely alone in the world, but soon convinced herself that he would come back. She had to be optimistic, she had to believe that he would return, then maybe, just maybe, she could tell him how she felt. But most of all, this event drove her to train more, become stronger so that she could impress Naruto when he returned. Maybe this way she would gain more self-confidence. Sakura and Sasuke were absolutely shocked to hear about Naruto from Kakashi. They both desperately wanted to know the reason behind Naruto's disappearance, but since Kakashi was forbidden to tell them about the demon fox, they were told that the reason would only be revealed if Naruto were found again. Sakura couldn't help feeling heartbroken. Naruto had done so much for her, and she couldn't even help him when something was wrong in his life. Sasuke just scoffed and mumbled something to the point of, "Dobe, I won't go chasing after you," which promptly earned him a slap for Sakura. That action surprised Sasuke, Kakashi and also Sakura. Out of all of Team 7, Sakura was probably the most affected, because she realized that the only things she had ever done for Naruto was ignore him, tell him off and or yell at him. Now he gone and she couldn't apologize, she couldn't make up for everything she had done to him. She tried to put herself in his shoes and realized that the only two emotions that she came out with against herself were anger and resentment. She wondered how he could always be so happy and optimistic. She desperately wanted to apologize to him, but knew that that was impossible now. Whenever she was alone in her bedroom and not out on missions to look for him, she would constantly remember her lost teammate and tears would always find their way to her eyes and she would eventually cry herself to sleep. Sasuke may not have shown it in public, but did miss his friend, teammate, rival and would do his hardest on those search and rescue missions and blame himself when they came back empty-handed. He had finally realized that that old saying was right, you don't know what you have until it's gone. He had a friend and now he had lost him. Then he thought about Sakura, she was annoying, but still she was a friend. She may not leave the village, but would she stop being his friend if he kept acting cold? He thought that maybe he should at least try to acknowledge her. The rest of the Rookie 9 and Guys team, that are in any condition to be told the news, were absolutely shocked by Naruto's actions. Ino tried to label him as an idiot, but no one else seemed to support that idea and she soon gave up, especially after she noticed that both her teammates regarded Naruto with respect. Shino, as usual, did not say much except that if Naruto left willingly then he must have had a good reason. Lee, who was now chained to the hospital bed to keep him from escaping, said that Naruto was not the kind of person to leave his dream behind like that without very good reasons and very actively supported the theory that he must have been kidnapped by someone. However strongly hoping that it wasn't Orochimaru. By the time Chuji had recovered enough to be back on his team the search was called off and Chuji was forever left with the guilt of not being able to help his friend. Soon after the teams were rearranged as follows. Team 7 now consisted of Sasuke, Sakura and Tenten. Team 10, Ino, Chuji, and Lee. Team 8 stayed the same. Team Guy was dissolved and he was given new rookies to train. However, he would often hold private training sessions with Lee, that is after Lee had been let out of the hospital. After the end of the 3 months after Naruto left, everyone except Tsunade, Jiraiya, Kakashi, Hinata and Sakura believed Naruto to have gone forever. Only those 5 brave souls dared hope and pray for Naruto to come back someday. They swore a silent mutual agreement that they would always keep their eyes open for their blonde, happy, loud and hyperactive friend. Back with Naruto. In contrast to the dread that was being felt by his teammates, these last 3 months were so of the happiest Naruto had ever had. Naruto now had teachers that liked him, or at least seemed to like him, that seriously trained him. Not like Kakashi or Ero Sennin, who would rather be doing anything else except training him, Itachi-sensei and Kisame-sensei wanted Naruto to get stronger. This was probably one of the most important reasons that Naruto finally threw away his mask completely and let his true intelligence and cold mood show. By the end of the 3 months of probation, Naruto was already carrying around an extra 300 pounds in his suit. His morning warm-up was to run around the training room 200 times and do 200 push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and tree punching. He could easily maintain balance on a ball for 2 hours straight without even breaking a sweat. His chakra control had also increased tenfold. Itachi had Naruto walk up and down the entire mountain. Not only that, Naruto could climb up the mountain on only his fingertips, using chakra of course. It was at this point that Itachi approached Naruto and told him that they would begin ninjutsu and genjutsu training. Naruto was excited beyond belief. However, before we start, Naruto, said Itachi, I think we should go have a talk with a friend of yours. Friend? Asked Naruto uncertainly. Then thinking it was someone from Konoha added, I'm not going back to that village. No, no Naruto, we have no intention of going to Konoha of all places, replied Itachi. Then, what, friend, are you talking about? Asked a bewildered Naruto. A friend that had been with you your entire life, calmly replied Itachi. My entire life, thought Naruto, who the, no way. Naruto's face paled slightly, you don't mean. Before he could finish, Itachi grinned and said, oh yes, your furry friend. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.